Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy JohnMegacycle here. Another episode of Captain of Industry coming at ya. Yeah, been redoing a lot of our agriculture. Like, this is starting to look pretty darn good. I actually didn't add some of the workers I missed, so let's see here. When I was doing, like, a like for like, let's see here. That is 66, that is 110. 110. I'm just gonna get out a calculator. Nuts to this. Okay. And 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 24. I'm usually pretty good at math. I'm just still exhausted. So I think this might be easier. 8, 6, 8, 8, 8, 6. So 12 plus 32 is 44. Plus 44. Okay. 178 is for this current feed and all of the production, all the productivity. So if we're going to do a true like for like, this was producing 4.6. You know, I'm just going to call it, and we're a lot better off. Even with all the fertilization. I'm just going to say it. That's too much work. I can't handle it right now. I am tired. Yes, thanks for asking. So let's see here. We already did this. This all equate. So if I just did the corn. So 14. That's 70 workers. I think we already figured out. Oh, and cats want to say hi. Both of these well outperform. And I said 70, so there's 44. Yeah, I think we're well ahead. How are we on fertilizer? I'd like to see more fertilizer in the tank. Because there are other farms I'd like up here. Not a rush, but I would like to get some more stuff going on. I'm thinking over here is going to be our chicken farm. And chicken meats, proteins are one thing that we don't have a lot of a good grasp on. Can I? Maybe I can't see it from here, so boink. Food. That'll be more unity. That'll be more everything. So I want, okay, 24 over 60, and we're producing like 7 over 60? Ugh. Okay, I need 6 chicken farms? 5 chicken farms? That's also not including culling. Red slider appears as the total number of animals in this farm gets above the red slider. Then the excess number will be slaughtered for products like meat. In case the slider is set to full capacity, it will only slaughter the born excess that would not fit in the farm. If slaughter is disabled, no meat will get produced. Okay, so we could just do boink and leave it there. And then the chickens will still be birthing, so 20 every 60? Otherwise, nothing happens, right? Okay, so that turns into 10 chicken carcasses every 60. That would be another really great mode of protein. Chicken carcass. We could just burn it, but gosh, why would ya? That makes meat and meat trimmings. Now, meat trimmings could be used for fertilizer as well, methinks? Or biofuel? Compost, right there. Oh, or fuel gas. Interesting. Anaerobic digesters are quickly turning into one of my favorite machines. That can scram, thanks. They don't require nearly any power, or very little power. 10 kilowatts, which isn't a ton, but it's allowing us to turn a bunch of defunct nonsense we don't want into fuel. And then fuel gas, we've been using to turn into naphtha. Or no, we've been turning it into diesel? With oxygen. A lot of CO2. Oh no, I don't want... Yeah, consumption. Oh, I didn't know we could turn that into cement. Oh, we're not turning it into cement. We're just using it as a fuel source, right? Okay. Okay. Alright. 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 Very soon I wouldn't mind the compost to be brought up here and digested into organic fertilizer. How many people do I have? 53. I think I need an upgrade before we go too much further. And yeah, let's get started on it. We're barely at the cusp of what is just not enough water, which is actually really cool. We're not messing with the underwater table much anymore, are we? These two. These few are. Sulfur level supply is high. What could I use sulfur for? We're using it for rubber. Sulfur, 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 sulfur. There's so many S items. Rubber, 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 slag. And tofu. Not a lot right now. It's producing a lot of a material I don't really want or need at the moment, but that's okay. I think we're ready to start doing this. Those two were wheat. These are all corn. Ooh, the game's starting to lag a bit. What's going on here? No available mining, are you sure? Oh. Yeah, okay. I kind of just asked you to touch the surface a bit, didn't I? Okay. Let's nuke everything at that level. Let's see here. And everything at that level, apparently. 4, 3, 2, 1. I guess. And then we'll be at 1 height. Start with that. That ought to keep you busy for a while. Okay. It takes... Did I do the mining designation thing? I already did. Okay, there's that. Alright, yes. It's time to start. Ooh, there's something unhappy about the game. It's starting to lag really badly. We could turn down the graphics, that's fine. Desync count, 2 every 2 frames, sure. 60 FPS is fine. Is that better? Oh, that's much smoother. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know if it was just getting really high on the frames and then just scramming off or what was going on. Okay, there's that. The corn is what I want to clean up first. All this I want gone. I'm going to leave this here on pause in case I want it some other time. I don't think there's any point in us nuking it. Okay. I don't think there's any real point in us, like, nuking it all out, but that'll save some power and some workers. This pipe, though, all this can go. Yep. Don't need any of this. I'm moving my farms actively somewhere else. So this can be used as better manufacture or better smelting or something. We're not destroying all the farms, don't get me wrong. We're not doing that. What we are doing, though, is some serious cleanup. I don't need these corn farms anymore. That's a lot of workers that aren't doing dingus. That can all go. This natural water income, that's fine. That can all stay there. Sorry, squeaky chair. Squeaky key chair. Squeaky squeak. Got that Legend of Zelda thing stuck in my head again. Link to the Past, I think. That can go, and that can go. There has to be something weirdly cathartic or something therapeutic about setting up a system and having it working and running and just working, right? And then there has to be something even better about pulling it all up and just setting something else up. Okay, that's about to be deconstructed. Right, yep. I don't think soil fertility remains. So even though we had this stuff on fallow for a while, I don't think it's stuck around. Which is fine. Super fine. Just letting all that tidy. Yes, I'm very sure, very busy. Don't we have vehicle management level up soonish? And I wish this was bring me to... Okay, so we did pipes, fruit, and vehicle management, I'm sure in that order. Remove from queue, add to queue. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Okay, so we have now a source of water. Hello? There it is. Got it. I'm still not super great at removing the... Hello? The standby riffraff. So, like, if there's some scaffolding and a pipe left over, I find I still have a hard time getting to it. Yep, that one. Or finding it, or whatever. Okay. Could someone come here and tear that up? Sulfur supply is low. I don't care about sulfur being low anymore. I highly doubt that's going to be a thing. So let's just not concern ourselves about it. Okay, what else? We have a ton of wheat. So let's take a second and start working with this. We have a ton of wheat. I'm thinking set the farms up over here. The mill, the bread, the all that. And this all has to move because I'm not growing wheat here anymore. And all of this is all of that. So no more inputs. You can just keep working as if stuff is cool. We don't have any corn coming in. So this is corn. I'd like you to keep... Actually, let's nuke that guy, and that guy, and that guy. I would like you to keep a little full. Imports are on, no exports, thank you kindly. That's going to be enough for us to get more of this process shifted over. Now, what I'd really like is another 20 trucks, which I can't afford. Oh, wait. You know what we could do? We have enough, don't we? We have enough stuff? Glass, probably not. Don't you need glass? Yeah, okay, that's where most of my glass went. Let's get another 10. So when we get the new vehicle upgrade, that'll just work. Alright, bread. Let's do bread first. How much bread can we make per whatever? 12 per 30 times 2 times 2. So that's 48 per 60. Yep. So how much are we eating per 60? Because that's how this is broken down. 8. Holy crap. We went nonsense crazy on that. I could turn wheat into compost, right? Or something? Or animal feed? Yeah. Shoot, I didn't think I was going to have this much overkill. Might turn it into fuel gas. Compost. Sure. Okay. I went a little overboard. Wheat is not a category we eat, correct? Corn is. We go through 12 every 60. And how much corn are we making? Okay. I need to stop a corn. Or I turn that into the animal feed and we stop a wheat. Is there one of these I can stop? Yes, there is. Boop. I don't need the workers. I don't need the wheat. Oh. Okay, it'll still empty itself. So that's good. Notify if cannot store more. Yep, that's fine. Okay, back to it. I think I'd like to build out this process as if we were going to go double, but I'm just going to have it off. So where do we want this? I guess just right here? I still kind of want to save as much space as possible, if possible. So there's that. So I'm going to have 2 of them built. You're going to make flour. You're going to make flour. And the other thing's a mill, but I think this is going to be faster. Yoink. Yep. Flour, flour, no inputs, no nothing. No inputs, no nothing. No inputs, no nothing. 8 to 30, 8 to 30. That works out perfectly. Excellent sauce. Then I would also like a storage bin here for animal feed, and yes, it's going to be big. Gonna be a big old boy right there. And then we're gonna get unit storage 3 for bread. Overkill? Maybe, but I'd like to put in some really proper checksums in here, right? Maybe that is far, far too much bread. We have the machine tools, kinda who cares? Does this work? Ah, I was really hoping it would. We'll give ourselves a little bit of space. We're going absolutely crazy on the breads. And once this all gets built, I am shutting one of these systems off. Okay, what else do we need? Animal feed. Yep, that's a U-shaped converter if I've ever heard of one. Okay. You need water. Oh, it wants to snap. There we go. Nice. And then we're gonna do the same here. Cool. Okay, that gives us enough for water. So I will need water to be piped up. Man, why did I use that output? Okay, I've got 2 prompts here that are in my way. Okay, do that. And then cancel that. Hello? Thank you. I don't think that linked. There we go. Is it here? It is right there. Perfect. Yep. Oh, this was supposed to be room for another farm. Nope. We're good on farms, I think we found. Nope, hold on. There you go. Okay. That's water. Wheat. Oh, I'm not moving the wheat yet. U-shaped converter. Conveyor, whatever. Uh-huh. Nope. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. Ha, okay. 8 wheat every 30, no problem. 8 wheat for water every 30, no problem. No import. All the bread. Actually, we could move all the bread here. And then just let that other system go crazy. And just crank it all out into bread. So let's do that. Keep full all the time. So, where's our other bread process? Here it is. We could say empty. No imports. And this will just chunk through as much of it as it can. We'll transport all the stuff over. We could also transport over all of this. We could just shut this all down. Nope. And nope. And we'll let the animal feed do its thing. How much construction materials do we have? Oh, we got plenty. We got plenty. Okay, so there's bread. We only need 1 factory running right now. We could turn on the second one later if need be. Right now, there's not much of a need be, but that's okay. We're going to do something like this for the feed and the water. Maybe like this for the feed and the water? Let's see, I need... let's do another double check, because I forgot. I need 4? Oh, I need 30 eggs. And we're producing how many eggs? 7. I'm also going to activate chicken carcasses. I'm going to activate my trap card, chicken carcasses. So let's start with 3. I think 3 is a good start. None of that has to be on. Okay, pipes. How much water do you need per whatever? 0 out of 60. Very good. Very good. That's very helpful. Thank you. 18.1 over 60. 15.1 feed over 60. How much does a mill produce? Wow. A lot of feed. Okay. Only going to need one, yeah. So, I need a mixer. I don't really want to nuzzle this in too tightly, I don't think. I've said that before. That's kind of all I had. I've said that before. I only need really one of these. You produce 11 every 10. Yeah, we only need really one of these things. I don't think there's any point in doubling up when we're already going to have... well, you know what? I take back what I said. Let's just double it up, get it done with. I'll just turn it off. It's just as simple as that. We could preemptively build as much of this stuff as we want. Then it's really like no big deal, yeah? That looks like that. That looks like that. You are going to do off, all the feed. Off, all of the feed. We could tell the feed to come over here now as well. But I'm going to unpause the game and just let stuff stock up. How much glass do we have? Nothing, right? We're upgrading another settlement. Tree harvester has no trucks assigned. Does it show me the other one? Yep. Aw, sad trucks. Yep. Oh, there's a guy. Hey, you forgot this guy. Unless you can't get to it. Water supply is low. Okay. Did I not turn stuff on? Nope, I turned stuff off. Meh. How is our... We're full up on iron scrap, which is great. What am I looking for? Iron. It's just really weird to see it from this angle. Okay, we must be very busy, because there's scrap required. And we're actually running a little low on iron. We're catching up. We're catching up. Alright, tree harvester has no trucks assigned. Can I just pause you? Okay, somebody get him a truck. I'm gonna pause you, like, immediately. We have them listed here, don't we? Yeah, we do. Okay. Cool. I could always find them later. Just really wish I could manually move them. Even a little bit. Where is this truck? Narnia? Impure copper is stacked so hard, it's ridiculous. Oh, there you are. Thanks, buddy. Now, where in the world are you going? Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Cool, that's built. This is giving us animal feed. That's also giving us animal feed. Whoops. I kind of slipped that up. pause a second. There's a lot of notifications I just noticed, and I'd like to treat that with a little bit of respect. There we go. Okay. I don't need that because that's going to feed into here, literally. Before I had it moving in between storages, so maybe I'll put the storage right here to act as a buffer zone? Not really sure. Oh, nope, don't add that, thanks. Looks like we're doing all right on bread. Bread. How much wood we got? Plenty of lumber. How are we doing on moving stuff around? Okay, yep, bread is being successfully transported. The wheat, we're gonna successfully work through. Fair amount of eggs. Okay, water supply is low. I just turned on some of the boilers, distillers, whatever. So that should be looking good. We're keeping ahead of wastewater, also good. Large tree harvester has no more trees to harvest, right. So, no truck and pause. Cool. That doesn't eat up a worker. And hopefully it doesn't take any maintenance or fuel. I have no idea how the individual people are getting from place to place, but they must be. Okay, I'm going to get our settlement upgraded. Indeed it did. I don't remember which one I did, but it did. Take my word on it. Our boat is docked. We have a command power of what? 560. 990, 610, 470. There was another thing I liberated that I needed to fix. Oh, yeah. Another oil. $470, $430. Go for it. Because we're what again? 560. Yeah, no problem. Did I see coal supply is low? Seriously? Yeah, a little bit. How is our coal coming along? It's still 4x capacity. I'll need to upgrade it. Oh my god, that's a lot of construction materials. Animal feed supply is low. Yes, it is. So we've chunked through the rest of the corn. Oh, that was fast. Ship in battle. Easy sauce. Oh, what do we get? Sugarcane seeds. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea if that's how sugar works. I kind of figured sugar was maybe like bananas, that you had to slice it and replant it or something. I don't know how that works. Okay. Let's talk some turkey, yeah? Or in this case, some chicken. Do we have our chicken? Hey, it's all built. Awesome. Awesome to the max. Now, I really hope I put the feed side on this side. I did. Excellent sauce. Excellent sauce. Delicious. How much feed do these chickens require? 15 every 60. So one tier 1 U-belt will be enough to pipe it all around. We're still gonna go with level 2, I think. Oh, nope. Nope, 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 no, no. Good, and now I got the hiccups. Sorry. Oh my. Hiccups indeed. Feed is on this side. Is there any clean way for me to do this? Probably not. I'm just gonna do it like this. Just lazy it up a bunch, yeah? There's that. As long as I'm coming at it from this side, water shouldn't be an issue, right? Speaking of which, Oh, that looks so good. And this is gonna look weird, but that's okay. Now, I'm hoping I won't have to go too much more on the eggs because we're also going to get the poultry out of it, right? So wait for all this to get built. And then once it is built, we can actually start up with the eggs and carcasses and start processing. Another food stuff is going to give us better health, more unity, all kinds of great crap. Okay, we are actually going to unseat the recipe. And now tell you to pause. And now reseat the recipe. This is going to run through 2 more iterations, and then I'm going to also tell it to stop. I don't need nearly as much bread as I went crazy about. If you had to take a look at how lessons have been learned in this game and how I've been playing it, bread is a perfect example of how we overreacted and went crazy on a production value. Absolutely, for sure. That's not necessarily a bad thing. But like, I only needed 1 bread maker, and I built 2 bread makers, and that was like 8 times more than I needed or something. Yeah, it was ridiculously... it was a ridiculous amount. Also, I'm going to pause you. We have all the corn being corned. I will need more corn. Do I have enough stuff for that? Ironically enough, I does. Ah, super does. Oh, what about fertilizer, though? Nope. Okay. We gotta chill out on that. Ship is fully repaired. Excellent. Oh, there's another settlement over there. Go to it. Go to it. We have water. We have everything. Okay. So, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click remove all. Merp. And then... empty. Yep, and all this is just going to slowly clean itself out. Yep, that is getting emptied. That is just going to be taken to market really soon. Iron supply low. Yes, I would agree. Maybe I need to turn one of these back into scrap make. Or, you know what? I do have a ton of timber. Let's do some trade. I do have... Am I full on Unity? Not quite, but we are close. Oh, it feels so surreal to be on this side of the thing, right? Cool. Oh. Cool. Thanks for those 2 products I actually needed a bunch of. Now, does that mean... Yep, we can nuke one of these. Not bad experiment just to get stuff going. Okay, we are going to enable slaughtering, enable slaughtering, enable slaughtering. Good. Now, we're going to put these in bins, so that way they're easy to take and move around. What do I need for loose storage is nothing. Ship and battle. I always like to watch these. They're pretty quick. Did we get hit like twice? Was that it? More pops, more other stuff. Awesome. You can't keep going, can you? Ah, not enough fuel. Weak. Alright. Anyway. Unit storage for eggs. A big one? Oh, yeah. Let's go a big one. Yeah. I like them big. Let's go a big one. Blah, right there. Excellent. Now, it's going to take a while for eggs to get all the way up to full production, and it was like 17 eggs per 60 or something. I'm just going to make a level 2 belt just to make this super simple. So it's a What is it for chicken carcasses? And I'm just going to do this. Make this really simple. Okay. And it's a flat conveyor for eggs as well? Excellent. Now, I would like you to go over it. Nope. Nope. None of that is correct. You know what? Maybe we would be more sane if we did it the other way around. Maybe we babu. Mimi way. Nope. I don't know what kind of fantasy I was living. That's probably good enough, though. Nope. I wasn't done with you. Hold on. That's probably fine. And hey, get over here. Everybody over there. Cool. That is eggs. No import, all export. Okay, now, what do I do with chicken carcasses? Chicken. Where the hell is chicken? There's so many items. I need a food processor, chicken, water, salt. Food processor is most likely under here. Yep. Righto. And how much? 10 per 20. That should be enough for just one, maybe? Oh, height of 1 is not gonna cut it. But it's a start. This ramp system is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. Cool. Okay. I don't think I care. This just in. I don't care. It allows everything to move around there pretty nicely. Very good. You are going to make me this. Now, the water will pipe in. The salt is going to have to be a long haul situation. First of all, where do I put in the salt? Maybe that kind of screws up a couple things. Nope, that doesn't really screw up anything. Let's get a storage. Loose level 2 seems good to me. I don't need a lot of salt for this process. No exports, thank you. U-shaped conveyor. No, that's what I was afraid of. Wait, why can't you? Yeah, you can totally squeezle your way in there. Quit giving me guff. This whole game has like a thing about giving me the guff. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, this is going to have to look a little wonky, but that's okay. What height is this? 2, okay. So, yeah, that's fine. Awesome. Okay. We have the meats. This produces meat and meat trimmings. Now, do I have to prepare the meat any further, or just meat is fine? People will just cook it as is. Meat is meat as meat. Treats. A meat treat. And it's how much per how much? So 15 per 60. Fair chance it isn't going to be enough, but that's okay. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to build just another mega storage for the meat. The neat meat. Meat. Oh, now it sounds like Roadrunner, right? That's for trimmings. That's for meat. Okay, let's get the trimmings out of here, because I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Probably just compost. Flat conveyor. You're going to go around again, aren't you? Ah, suck. That's fine. A little more. Hey. There we go. Sure. Whatever. You are... meat. Imports, exports, if less than 25, thank you kindly. If less than 25, thank you kindly. Okay. Once we get some meat going through the process, we'll be able to better determine how much we have. Now, we're not going to be slaughtering any chickens until all of this is full, so we've got some time to kill. That's funny, because I just talked about slaughtering chickens, and then we've got time to kill. Pun somewhat intended. I don't need... this can just be deleted. Someone's going to come and get that, I'm sure. All of this can be deleted. No more of this is required. It always felt weird building the bakery and then building the recycling smeltery, foundry, manufactory, whatever, right next door. You ever go past like a bread factory and you take a big smell like, oh man, that's the first bake of the day, man. I used to live next to a bakery and it was amazing. Like you just breathe in deep, like the first smells of the day, just beautiful. I don't know how else to explain it, but so good. So now it's even weirder because it's like, baked iron oxide. Yum, yum, yum. Just super weird, I guess. Feels so weird. Like, look at how much territory we've opened up. That's a lot of copper that we don't even really need. Or we'll need eventually for sure. I just like watching, honestly. Good stuff. This is so smexy. I like this so much. This is really good. The only thing that I want to really work on more is nitrogen. Is it nitrogen? No. Hydrogen. Hydrogen is something that I really need to work better on. And what was that? It was fuel gas and something else to make better hydrogen. Hydrogen. Hydrogen reformer. Gets me 3 times as much hydrogen. Oh, way more, because the time. Holy crap. Yeah, it will take a hit on CO2, but that's kind of to be expected. Okay, eggs are starting to fill in nicely. Hopefully very soon meat is going to happen, but I think I'm going to call this here. We've already made a lot of changes. We've added all this system. We're very good on bread. Notify me, please. Thank you. That's 3 big systems that we needed to really just get moving over here and get processing where it ought to have been. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Oh, even funnier, now that I said all that, it's fresh bread right next to Garbage Mountain. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Name's JohnMegacycle. Another episode of Captain of Industries in the books, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.